Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Smile, the place where we look beyond appearances and have the conversations people are often afraid to start. This is the first episode, and before we talk about mental health, bullying, friendship, or anything else, I think it's important to tell you why this podcast exists in the first place. I'm a 16-year-old from Portugal, and English isn't my first language, so you might hear me searching for the right word sometimes, or maybe even get some wrong. But I've always found it easier to talk about feelings in English than in Portuguese. So, here we are. For a long time, I've wanted to create something that could actually help people. I didn't know what that looked like. I thought about making videos, I thought about writing, I even thought about starting a social media page. But I kept coming back to one idea: conversations. I think conversations can change people. Sometimes all it takes is hearing someone say, "I felt that too," and suddenly you don't feel so alone anymore. I chose the name Beyond the Smile because we see hundreds of smiles every day at school, online, walking down the street. But a smile doesn't tell us someone's story. Someone can smile and still be anxious, still be lonely, still be grieving, still be recovering from bullying, still be wondering if anyone would notice if they disappeared from a room. This won't be a podcast where I pretend to know everything. I'm not a psychologist, even though I want to be one in the future. I'm not here to diagnose anyone. I'm just someone who's curious about people and knows what it's like to hide behind a smile. Some weeks we'll talk about bullying, other weeks about anxiety. Sometimes we'll talk about books or music or the hobbies that help us through difficult times. Maybe we'll hear anonymous stories from listeners. Maybe one day I'll even invite guests. Who knows? If someone finishes an episode feeling even 1% less alone than when they pressed play, then this podcast has done its job. So, before you go, I want to leave you with one question. When was the last time you asked someone how they were and really meant it? I'll see you next time.